Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's bottoms are called the Drew bottoms on my website. They're a high-waisted drawstring bottom that matches with the Danica top released the other week. These are a little more challenging, so if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend these until you've had some practice with other styles. And it also suggests watching the video for the Danica top before trying these bottoms, since the concepts are pretty similar, but these bottoms are just a little more weird in the way that they're done. For materials, we have our outer fabric and our lining fabric. We have our loop turner, rotary cutter, and pins. And then of course we have our elastic, and this time I'm using my 1/4 inch rubber elastic. This is what the pattern looks like, and it is available on my website, which the link will be in the description. I'm still working out some of the tweaks, so by the time this video is up, there may or may not be a pre-order, but it will come to you as soon as possible. You might notice that there are different pattern pieces for the lining than there are for the fabric, and you'll see why that is in this tutorial, but that is unusual for my patterns, so just take note of that. So first we're going to cut our lining pieces. I'm starting off by cutting one in the back piece. Then I'm going to cut one in the lining front piece. And I'm also going to cut two in the lining side pieces. Then I'll be switching over to my outer fabric, also cutting one in the back. Moving on now to one in the outer front. And finishing off by cutting two in the outer side pieces. So these are the pieces that we have so far, and next we're going to go ahead and cut our straps. I'm cutting two straps, and mine are about 1 1/4 inches by 24 inches. I did go back and trim these a little bit, but depending on the look you're going for, 24 is a good place to start. Now take your back pieces, both outer and lining, and match them so that they're right sides together. You're going to pin and sew all along the leg holes and upper seam, just leaving those two sides open. You're going to do the same with the side pieces, and you'll notice that the lining pieces are slightly shorter than the outer pieces. This is intentional, so just make sure you line them up along the outer edge as shown. We're also going to pin along the top and bottom edge of the side pieces, again just leaving both of the sides open. Now that you've sewn them together, you're going to attach elastic just right on top of the exact seams we just sewed. You're going to do this for both the back piece as well as the side pieces. I like to attach my elastic onto the side that has the outer fabric since it helps the seams lay as they should. Now that the elastic is attached, we're going to attach the back piece to the sides. To do this, you're going to flip your side pieces to the right side, insert it inside of the side opening of the back, and you're going to pin across all 4 layers of fabric. Make sure that you're pinning the side that has the outer and the lining correctly lined up, not the side where the lining is shorter. Also make sure that right sides are together. You're going to do this with both sides, then sew across all 4 layers of fabric to secure the sides down. And now when we take it to the right side, you'll see that the sides are successfully attached to the back. Next, we're going to work on our front piece. Line your outer and lining up with the right sides together. Again, you're going to notice that there is a difference in the shape of the lining since it is a bit smaller. We're going to start again by sewing the leg holes as well as the top edge. After you've done that, we're also just going to throw in our elastic just like last time. Now that our front and back pieces are finished, it's time to attach them. And we're going to be attaching them at the gusset. So there are a few ways to do this. I don't know why I chose to show the most complicated way. I reached through my front piece, bringing my hand through the gusset, where I then grabbed the back piece and pulled my hand all the way back through, bringing the back piece with me. This makes right sides together and gives us access to sew all 4 layers to secure the gusset. You could have just flipped the front piece inside out, then inserted the back piece, still right sides out, inside of it. And same thing, the right sides would be together and you'd be able to sew the gusset and turn it back to the right side, but I don't know why I chose the difficult way. So again, you're just gonna pin along the gusset and sew straight across. Now that the pieces are attached, you'll be able to bring it back to the right side by pulling it through the open holes in the sides. So now that that's done, it's time to attach our sides and make our drawstring channel. The first step is going to be attaching the sides. You're going to match each side with right sides together and pin along where the lining ends, which is just about a ½ inch in. You're going to do this with both sides. We're going to straight stitch these sides together, again following along so that we're at the top of where the lining ends. This is why the lining was made a little bit short. I would highly recommend stitching across these at least twice, since these seams are going to be holding a lot of tension and you probably don't want to take any risks with that. Now, you'll see that we have some excess fabric, and we're just going to flip that and pin it down about ½ inch in to make our strap channel. So you're going to straight stitch, again, ½ inch in from the center to make our channels for our straps. So you'll see that the shape of the sides is a little bit funky, and this is why. So now the strap channels don't actually peek out from the bottoms. Instead, they're kind of angled so that they tuck in nicely. Now we're going to switch gears and finish off our straps. As usual, you're going to sew them with right sides together, attach elastic if you want, and then turn them with your loop turner or a safety pin. Finally, feed your straps through the strap channels and then tie them in place. And here is the final result. Okay, so these bottoms were a little bit complicated to figure out, but I am happy with the way they turned out. The quality is definitely up there, especially if you use a nice fabric. Now, personally, these aren't the most flattering bottoms for my shape. Since I'm a little bit bottom heavy, the ties on them draw the eye downward and give me kind of like a diaper look, I feel like. However, these would be fine on a lot of other body types. Thanks again for stopping by to my channel. Subscribe for more DIYs and stay tuned because next week there may or may not be a free pattern available.